All right. Not every video is gonna be a positive vibe. I've promised myself to keep it real, okay? So I am feeling disturbed again because, yeah, after we talked, I don't want to share the details, that's the thing, because I understand it only exists in my head, and I mean, I don't have to make it real because when I narrate and articulate it, it might just feel better, but at the same time, I would just acknowledge this thing actually exists, and how I perceive, how I understand is actually true. I don't know if that makes sense. Just some emotions are bothering me at the moment. I just really want to get them out. I want to let them go. And I want to play some I am affirmation to just make myself feel better. I want to replace those negative message in my head with them. But at the same time, again, I always have this contradicting voice, because I understand if I use those, they're just like walking sticks to help me to overcome these emotions. They're nothing different than alcohol, cigarettes, or weed. Yeah, to me, they're all the same. I want to really just depend on nothing. I want to use just myself, my consciousness. Yeah, mom is in the bathroom and using toilet. Yeah, so this is literally the second day of the Chinese New Year's Day, and I really just felt that escapism. I want to escape from this home. I want to get away. I want to find friends and just feel better. Someone who can actually understand, and I can talk with them and get understood, get affirmed. That's how I want, right? And I'm gonna be honest with you, definitely want to smoke, but I've had too many experiences like that, and there are really no long-term solutions. I can never find peace in the long term. Those emotions will always come back. Last night I was thinking this. The problem is, for me, I want to deal with it differently every time. I want to deal with my emotion differently. And I want to express them and document and share with people. Because I believe they are valuable. They are just powerful. Someone can relate to, right? I just couldn't take the time to do that, especially journaling. I really want to use journaling as my way of coping with my coping mechanism, as in the coping mechanism. But when I get disturbed, I just couldn't. It's just difficult to sit myself for half an hour to explain and write it down. That's something I need to do. I simply know that those emotions, those pain, those frustration are the sources of inspiration. I can put them down and share with people. That's the value of emotions to me. Recording a video, definitely do that as well. That's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, my frustration mainly comes from knowing myself and knowing my family, and we live in a very different world. I'm talking about mentally and psychologically and spiritually. We're not in the same world, and I just get so many types of negative emotions arise when I'm with my family, talking about stuff that matter, you know what I mean? Like, or not matter, but still, it just gets on my nerves. And I can just imagine so many of us living on this planet are suffering from that emotion. You know, whether from a friend or from family or coworker, you just feel like you don't live in the same world. And you naturally want to like destroy other people's world. Oh my goodness. Okay, so yeah, that's something annoys me. I mean, whatever my frustration is, it is actually my problem. I understand that. It's my inner condition, right? Only me are feeling this way. I'm not saying other people are not feeling this way, but this exact emotion that I'm feeling is only mine. It's self-created, self-inflicted. Yeah, I am talking from my gut. I say whatever makes sense to me, but I always doubt if it makes sense to my audience. But that's fine. That's something I shouldn't really worry about. Yeah, I really want to develop myself. I want to help myself. It's not about how much I have, you know, how much material things I have, how much external things I have. They don't make me happy more. At least long term, they don't make me happy for a long time. But also inner peace doesn't bring me joy for the long term as well, because they only last a few moments. How do we maintain this inner peace? We have to find the problem. We have to find what's blocking the joy. Joy lives in us. We are joy. We are happiness. We are good. We are blessings. But our mind created so many problems that robbed our joy and diminished our happiness. I believe the focus is on how to remove the blockages, disturbance, hindrance, whatever there might be. Just standing between our happiness and, I mean, just like anything in the way of being happy and free. What are them? My thoughts, my opinion, my perspectives, my views, my values. All of them can create this problem. Okay, if you're still watching, I can share some real examples in my life. Like, we were discussing where to travel, and my mom was just complaining to me after she just woke up. She thinks we haven't prepared, we haven't planned in advance, so the plane tickets had risen dramatically. The price of a flight might have doubled or tripled. That makes sense, right? That's how the airplane company makes money. They sell their products, and it's a supply-demand relationship. During the holiday, everybody wants to travel. They got time, right? But what frustrates me is, like, mom kept saying that she wanted to go somewhere. She wanted to travel. She wanted to just take a few days off and not worry about anything and just relax and enjoy life with family, with just two of us, like just three of us. I mean, in total, it's me, dad, and mom. We go somewhere. And at first, of course, I was very hyped. Like the last 2 years, we all have traveled to some places. Like the day before last year, 2 years ago, we went to Guilin, another province. We actually drove there. It was like 4-6 hours drive. I'm not sure how long was that, but I forgot. It was a pretty fun experience because I was very enthusiastic in vlogging and filming. I made a vlog for like almost 30 minutes long after I returned home. Yeah, we're still watching it. And last year we went to Fenghuang. I also made a vlog. I haven't finished the editing. I just shot the vlogs. We drove there again. And that trip was relatively more tiring because the traffic was very terrible. The COVID ended last year. 2 years ago, or technically, the end of the 2022, and the traffic gets really, really heavy because everybody can just go out now. And we drove for more than 10 hours to return home, and it was a pain. I just didn't want to go through that again. So I told my mom we either take the plane or the train. And the train ride would normally be like 10 hours or 15 hours if we want to get out of the province. If we take the speed train, then yeah, we can go somewhere. But you can hardly find any available seats right now for like the next day, right? If we want to leave the next day, then you can either just take the plane or take the just normal speed train that would take us like 20-30 hours if we want to live somewhere further. And I am not interested in traveling to nearby cities. They don't attract me. Yeah, whatever I just said, right? They're just my personal opinions, perspectives. I know it. When I have those mind, I know it. I observed it. I was conscious. I mean, I couldn't say I was completely conscious because I got drawn into emotion. I felt those emotions were bothering me, and the best thing for me to do at the moment was to just be quiet. If I say something that would actually create more disturbance for my mom, my dad, and me, because I was not my best self. I was disturbed. Yeah. If I just go hang out with a friend, we wouldn't really talk about this stuff, but we would have other problems because we believe in different things. We have very different goals. We have different opinions. We have different values. That's what causing problem. That's what causing the disturbance and blockage, right? They just arise. Fuck, I hate it. I hate this whatever person saying that, believing that, and just it hits my nerves because I mean, it works for everybody because we all live in this mind-created world. If somebody else says something that violates and hit our walls, we would be very uncomfortable. And we wouldn't want to actually attack back or at least run away. So we don't get hurt. Not we, but just that small self wouldn't get hurt. How do we actually be free? How can we be free of our mind? It is really a struggle. It's good to think in this way because I can share them. There's some value in it. I mean, I couldn't even measure it. If someone can actually watch the video and gain some way of thinking how I approach all this, then yeah, it's worth to do it. Otherwise, I would be just here, and I mean, I couldn't continue my thoughts just being here, either sitting or standing. I would want to grab my phone and just escape from this mental chaos. It's too much, right? But if I express them in a video or journal, journaling is much more difficult, as I mentioned. But videos, it feels a lot more like I am talking to a friend or a real person or whoever, right? And it feels great. It feels like I am understood. Someone is listening, right? Like for almost 20 minutes, that person is listening. That person has given all his or her attention to me. And I guess that's why I love recording videos. I love speaking to the camera. Does it work for everybody? Probably not. Because I'm comfortable being myself in front of everybody. I guess at least not when someone's present, right? Like I am very comfortable putting this video out, sharing my true emotions. because I understand my emotions are not me, and I'm fine being judged or misunderstood. But it also brings me so much benefit. I gotta improve, I gotta express, I gotta deal with my emotions in a much healthy way. Okay, it feels great. Just getting all this out of my chest. How do I spend my day? The ideal self, just like the higher self would know that, the higher self tells me that, you better just like be understandable. Stop fighting with your mom or dad or other family. Okay, I didn't really show all my emotions to everybody. I probably you can't say I showed all of my emotions, because emotions are very complicated. It's very hard. Even yourself don't really understand everything. I guess I'm against hiding one's emotions. It's not good for you. It's not good for people around you if you hide it. I also understand if you show your negative emotions and you pass it to someone else, it's not good either, because emotions are just false, and they are not even true. They are true, but they are not even facts. Like, people might have a different experience of the same thing, right? Like, about the same thing, and you are just bringing negativity to the table and share it with the people, and that's really not a great thing to do. But what else can you do, right? Got no one to express, got nothing else to do. Feel better. You might have some coping mechanism, but they're not healthy. You understand? You shouldn't do them. Even if you did them, they can only lift you up for a few moments, and then you just feel like even worse, and you feel just drowning in your emotions, and you can't. You are stuck in that cycle, vicious cycle. You just repeat that behavior, either smoking cigarettes or checking social media, or just watching porn. Some guys just all smoking weed and just running away from that emotion and never facing them, never dealing with them, never expressing them. And they would occur repetitively. They keep bothering you, and you keep using more coping mechanisms to deal with them, and they create more problems in your life, because your family would see that, right? If you drunk or got high and you influenced other people in your life, and everybody get affected. For just a few times, it might be just okay if your family or friends can tolerate that because they love you, they understand you. But if you do it for years, everybody just want to be away from you. Nobody want to just get influenced negatively, because my uncle really made me realize how hard it is to actually quit some addiction problems. He's an alcoholic. He drinks every day. What else can he do? I feel sad for him, man. Last night, 2 nights ago, we talked about it in our family, and I initiated the conversation on the dinner table, on the most important family meal in a year, like the Christmas night here in China. I couldn't wait any longer because I know we wouldn't sit together and have this time again. We have it once a year, and sometimes he's not even at home. He might be working somewhere. Yeah, that's his life. He travels to other cities and works as a construction worker. He doesn't do, yeah, you can just understand that way. And I couldn't imagine how sad his life is. He doesn't have any healthy friend who just tells him, you should stop drinking, man. You should quit it. It's doing so much harm to yourself. You're old now. You're not like 20. And family definitely told him many times, but he just pushed it all away. He just built so many walls around him, around his ego. He just believes alcohol doesn't do that bad, isn't that bad. That's the only thing he can accept, because if he thinks alcohol is actually that bad as we think, he would probably lose his mind, because he had drunk too much. And the other problem is he doesn't have a goal in life. He even told us, just me and my cousin were there, 3 of us. He told that he doesn't have to live long. There's no point to live that long. Everybody will die. Okay? And some people, they don't drink alcohol, they don't do anything harmful to their body, they still die at a young age. What's the point? He says that, and I found just hopeless. I am hopeless. I don't know how to change that, because we don't normally talk. It's all about what he believes, what he understands. And yeah, we live in a very different world. I want to help him. It does more good than harm to help him, right? I care about my cousins. I don't want my cousins to suffer from losing their dad. Yeah, he's really on the track. He smokes, he drinks, he doesn't do any exercise, and he has very bad mental health, I believe. He doesn't really get along with my aunt, and he doesn't have much love besides my grandma. But I guess he actually had a lot of guilt towards them, because he doesn't really do much, right? He's not been at home for years. He often just come back home for like a few times a year, just during the holiday, and one meal, and then he's gone. I believe he want to spend more time with his parents and do more and give them more money and make them more happy, proud of being a good son. But he wasn't able to do that. He doesn't have something that he's worth living for, except his children and parents. I mean, that's a lot already. But from our conversation 2 nights ago, he doesn't really care. He doesn't care anymore. He doesn't actually expect to have a grandchildren anymore. Like he thinks, oh, I don't bother myself with that. I can just smoke and drink, and I'm totally fine being. I'm totally fine passing at an early age. That's really the terrible thing I heard from him. What can I do if he doesn't even care to live that long? Yeah, that's just my family experience. It bothers me a lot. I really want to just get away from all this, but I can't. I got a choice. I don't have to. Morally, I am responsible for saying what I think to him. But it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. It frustrates me. There is so many details. I'm gonna share it another time. Alright, I didn't really expect me talking for this long, and my hands are actually freezing. It's cold here. Alright, I feel much better. I'm just not smiling. Okay, I'm gonna do something. Probably just change my clothes and post on social media, like my running. I did 5 kilometers again this morning. Yesterday I did only 3 because I didn't really sleep that much, and I want to just get back home and spend more time with my cousin because he was living. And so I went back early. I only spent like 15 minutes outside and just went back and had breakfast with him. I just cherish every minute with him, and every family. But sometimes I just want to be really far away and mind my own business and just, I don't know, man. Can't do that right now. I am at home. I can't go anywhere now. It's not the best thing to do at the moment. I just understand, but someday I'll go far away. Alright, man. This is a rant. Okay, this is something that I do to make myself better, feel better. This is my coping mechanism, and I believe it's a healthy one. I just hope it doesn't bring any negativity to this world. Instead, strengths and hope. Alright, thanks for being here. Have a good one. Take care.